welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be looking at how AI is changing the world of video editing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild what's happening in the industry.
It really is, and we've got some interesting stuff to dig into from the Creative Mind podcast.
Oh yeah, they had some good points.
They were talking about AI and video editing and focused on companies like MA Media Hub.
Right, MA Media Hub, a video editing outsourcing service.
Exactly. They're really embracing AI.
Yeah, and that's what makes this so interesting. We're not just talking theory here.
Right. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
AI is already changing how video editing is done.
And for companies like MA Media Hub, it's a whole new ballgame.
It really is. I mean, whether you're a pro video editor or just interested in how tech impacts creativity.
There's something here for everyone.
Absolutely. So let's just acknowledge the obvious. Video content is everywhere these days.
And it's exploding. It's on social media.
It's in marketing. It's everywhere.
Think about how much video you watch every day. It's probably more than you realize.
It is. And the rise of short-form content like TikToks and Reels.
It's just pushing demand for higher quality video.
Which brings us to the big question, what role does AI actually play in all of this?
Yeah, because AI is a buzzword, but what does it actually mean for video editing?
Right. We hear it all the time, but what's the practical application?
Well, in this context, AI isn't about robots replacing editors entirely.
Okay, good, because I was getting a little worried there.
It's more about giving editors these super powerful tools.
To help them do their jobs better.
Exactly. AI can handle a lot of the tedious stuff.
Like what specifically?
Well, imagine an AI that can go through hours of raw footage and pick out the best parts.
Whoa, hold on. So it can actually figure out what's good and what's not.
To a degree, yes. It can analyze the footage and find the most compelling segments.
That's amazing. It's like having a virtual assistant who's also a film critic.
Haha, sort of. It can also sequence those segments into a coherent story.
So it's not just finding good shots, it's actually putting them together.
Right. It's saving editors a ton of time and letting them focus on the creative side of things.
Okay, so what else can AI do?
Well, color grading is another big one.
Color grading, yeah, that takes forever.
It does, but AI can analyze a scene, understand the lighting and mood.
And then what?
And then apply color adjustments automatically.
Wow, that would take a human editor hours to do.
Exactly. So AI is like having a virtual colorist on your team.
This is incredible. What about special effects? Can AI do that too?
Absolutely. Motion tracking, for example.
Motion tracking. Yeah, I've seen that used to add cool graphics to videos.
Right. AI can do that, seamlessly integrate graphics or effects onto moving objects.
So you could like add a glowing orb following someone?
Exactly. And it can also enhance audio reduce background noise balance, sound levels.
It's like AI is a one-stop shop for video editing magic.
It's getting there, and this is where MA Media Hub comes in.
All right. The Creative Mind podcast specifically mentioned them.
They're a great example of how AI is changing things for video editing businesses.
Because they're a video editing outsourcing service. They're right on the front lines.
Exactly. And that makes them a perfect case study for us.
So let's talk about that. Is AI ultimately good or bad for video editors?
Well, the Creative Mind podcast suggested it's a bit of both.
That makes sense. I mean, there are probably pros and cons.
There are definitely opportunities, but also challenges.
Okay, let's start with the good stuff. What are some of the opportunities AI creates?
Well, for a company like MA Media Hub, AI opens up a whole new world of services.
Like what?
They could offer things like automated subtitles in multiple languages.
Whoa, so you could have subtitles generated in real time as you're editing.
Exactly, or imagine AI giving clients real-time feedback on edits.
That would be amazing. No more waiting for revisions.
And they could even use AI to create custom animations.
Okay, so it's not just about doing things faster. It's about offering entirely new services.
Exactly, and of course, those AI-powered tools do help them work much faster, too.
So faster turnaround times more projects, happier clients.
Exactly. AI can help MA Media Hub increase their revenue significantly.
So far, so good. But what about the challenges? What are some of the downsides of AI?
One of the biggest hurdles is the cost of adapting to this new technology.
Because you have to invest in new software, train your editors.
Exactly. It's a big upfront investment that not every company can afford.
And there's probably a learning curve, too.
Absolutely. Even with the best software, it takes time for people to get up to speed.
And I imagine there are challenges when it comes to client expectations.
Oh, definitely. Some clients might think AI means everything should be cheaper.
Because they think the AI is doing all the work.
Right. But there's still a lot of human expertise involved.
It's not like AI is a magic button that makes perfect videos instantly.
And that brings us to another challenge competition.
Because if all these AI tools become super easy to use,
Then smaller creators and agencies might start doing their own editing.
They might not need to outsource to a company like MA Media Hub anymore.
Exactly. So companies like MA need to find ways to stand out.
They need to offer something unique, something that AI alone can't provide.
Right. And the Creative Mind podcast had some thoughts on that.
Oh, they did. Let's hear it.
They talked about how companies like MA Media Hub can thrive in this new world.
Okay, I'm all ears.
But I think we should save that for part 2 of our deep dive.
Yeah, let's take a break and come back to that.
Welcome back to our deep dive, where we're exploring how AI is transforming the world of video editing.
Picking up where we left off, one of the things that really caught my attention from the Creative Mind podcast was this idea of AI becoming a co-creator.
Yeah, a partner in the creative process.
Exactly. Not just a tool, but almost like another creative mind working alongside the human editor.
Right, and that's a pretty radical shift from how we traditionally think about AI.
It is, but the more I think about it, the more it makes sense.
Yeah.
AI is already being used to analyze trends, identify patterns.
And make predictions.
So why couldn't it be used to analyze video content, understand what's working, what's not?
And then suggest edits or creative directions to the human editor.
It'd be like having a super intelligent assistant who's also a film expert.
Imagine an AI that's constantly watching videos, reading reviews, analyzing audience reactions.
And then it could say, hey, you know that scene you're struggling with? Maybe try shortening it, or adding some music, or changing the pacing.
It could even flag potential problems before they become major issues.
Like, hold on, that jump cut is going to be jarring for viewers.
Exactly. It could save editors a lot of time and headaches.
And it could also help them create better videos.
Because it would be drawing on this massive database of knowledge about what works and what doesn't.
It's like having access to the collective wisdom of all the great editors throughout history.
The Creative Mind podcast also mentioned the possibility of using AI to personalize video content.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other level.
Imagine being able to create multiple versions of a video, each tailored to a specific audience.
So you could have one version for Gen Z, another for millennials.
And even versions for different regions or cultures.
That would be incredible. It could revolutionize how we create and distribute video content.
It could, and it might not be as far off as we think.
Okay, before we get too carried away, let's bring this back down to earth for a minute. Can you give me some examples of AI tools that are already being used by video editors?
Absolutely. Adobe Premiere Pro, for example.
That's one of the most popular editing programs out there.
It's pretty much industry standard, and it already has several AI-powered features.
Like what?
Well, there's auto reframe, which can intelligently adjust the aspect ratio of a video.
Aspect ratio so you can make it fit different screen sizes.
Exactly, like for social media, you might need a square video for Instagram.
And a widescreen version for YouTube.
Right, and auto reframe can do that automatically without cropping out important content.
That's a huge time saver. I've definitely wasted hours manually resizing videos.
Another handy feature is Lumetri color matching, which uses AI to analyze and match the color grading across multiple clips.
Color grading, that's another thing that can eat up a lot of time.
It can, especially if you're working with footage shot in different locations or with different cameras.
Lumetri color matching ensures that everything looks consistent and polished.
It's like having a virtual color assistant who makes sure all your colors are in harmony.
So those are AI features that are already built into Premiere Pro.
Right, and then there are standalone AI-powered platforms like Descript.
I've heard of that, but I don't really know what it does.
It's pretty unique. You can actually edit a video by editing the transcript.
Wait, hold on. You can change the words in a transcript and the video will change.
Yep, pretty wild, right?
How does that even work?
Descript uses speech recognition and natural language processing to sync the transcript with the audio and video.
So if you delete a word from the transcript, it gets deleted from the video.
Exactly. You can also rearrange sentences, add new text, and it all gets reflected in the video.
That sounds incredible for editing interviews or presentations.
It is, especially if you need to remove filler words or refine the dialogue.
And then there's deepfake, which is kind of the elephant in the room when it comes to AI and video.
Yeah, deepfake has definitely gotten a lot of attention.
It's the technology that can swap faces in videos, right?
Right, and create these hyper-realistic but totally fabricated videos.
Which is obviously concerning from an ethical standpoint.
Absolutely, but from a purely technical perspective, it's a pretty impressive demonstration of the power of AI.
Can you give us a super simplified explanation of how it works?
Sure. Basically, deepfake algorithms are trained on massive data sets of images and videos.
So they're learning how faces move, how expressions change?
Exactly. And then they can use that knowledge to superimpose one person's face onto another person's body.
It's both amazing and terrifying.
It's a powerful reminder that AI can be used for good or bad.
And that we need to be careful about how we develop and deploy these technologies.
Absolutely. But let's get back to some of the more practical applications of AI in video editing.
Okay, so what else is out there?
Well, there's DaVinci Resolve, which is known for its advanced color grading tools.
I've heard good things about DaVinci Resolve.
It also has some cool AI-powered features like scene cut detection.
Scene cut detection, what's that?
It can automatically identify where scenes begin and end in your footage.
That would save a ton of time on organizing and structuring projects.
It would, and DaVinci Resolve also has AI-assisted color grading tools.
So it can help you achieve professional-looking results even if you're not a color grading expert.
Exactly, and there are tons of other AI tools out there. New ones are popping up all the time.
It's like a whole ecosystem of AI-powered video editing solutions.
It is, which is exciting, but also presents some challenges.
Right, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
The Creative Mind podcast talked about some of the roadblocks that companies like MA Media Hub might face.
Like what kind of roadblocks?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is the learning curve.
Because even the best AI tools can be complex.
They can, and it takes time for editors to learn how to use them effectively.
And that training can be costly for a company.
It can, and it's not just about learning the software, it's also about understanding how to work with AI.
Knowing its limitations, being able to troubleshoot problems.
It's a whole new skill set that editors need to develop.
And then there's the issue of data quality.
Right, because AI algorithms rely on data to do their thing.
So if the data is bad, the AI won't work properly.
Exactly. And that's something that companies like MA Media Hub need to pay close attention to.
They need to make sure the data they're feeding their AI tools is clean and organized.
Otherwise, it's garbage in, garbage out.
Even with the best AI, if you give it bad data, you'll get bad results.
And that brings us to a really important point. Human expertise is still absolutely essential.
Because AI can't do everything.
It can't, at least not yet.
It can automate a lot of tasks, but it can't replace human judgment, creativity, problem-solving skills.
It's about collaboration between human and machine.
Working together to achieve the best possible results.
And that's something the Creative Mind podcast emphasized as well.
They did. Did they mention any other challenges?
They talked about some of the ethical considerations surrounding AI and video editing.
Like what?
The potential for misuse, the need for transparency, those kinds of things.
Welcome back to our deep dive. We've talked about the incredible capabilities of AI in video editing.
And we've explored some of the challenges that come with integrating AI into this creative field.
So now for the big question. How can companies like MA Media Hub actually thrive in this new AI-powered world?
Yeah, it's not enough to just buy some fancy software and cross your fingers.
You need a strategy. You need a game plan.
Exactly. And luckily, the Creative Mind podcast gave us some pointers.
They did. They outlined some really interesting strategies.
And I think these strategies are relevant for anyone working in video editing or really any creative field that's being touched by AI.
Okay, I'm all ears. What's the first strategy?
The first one is constant innovation.
Constant innovation.
Oh.
Okay, so you can't just sit back and relax.
Nope. AI is moving so fast that if you're not constantly learning and adapting,
you're going to get left behind.
Exactly. Companies need to be proactive about seeking out new AI tools and technologies.
So attending industry conferences, reading up on the latest research.
Exactly. And maybe even partnering with tech startups who are developing cutting-edge AI solutions.
It sounds like a lot of work, but I guess it's necessary to stay ahead of the curve.
It is. And it leads into the second strategy, finding that sweet spot between cost efficiency and high-quality output.
Yeah, because budget is always a concern in video production.
It is, and AI can help make things more affordable.
But you don't want to sacrifice quality for speed.
Right, so it's about understanding your clients and their needs.
Some clients might prioritize speed and affordability.
Exactly. They need a quick turnaround, and they're not willing to spend a fortune.
And AI tools can be a great solution for those kinds of projects. But then you have clients who want the absolute best quality, no matter the cost.
Right. And for those clients, human expertise is still key.
So it's about offering a range of service options.
Exactly. Some projects might be heavily reliant on AI. Others might use AI more sparingly.
It's about finding the right balance for each client and each project.
And that brings us to the third strategy, and I think this one's the most important.
Okay, what is it?
It's all about emphasizing the synergy between human creativity and AI capabilities.
So it's not about humans versus machines.
It's about humans and machines working together.
To create something truly amazing.
Exactly. Companies like MA Media Hub need to show their clients that AI is a tool.
A powerful tool.
But it's still a tool. It's not a replacement for human creativity.
It's about using AI to empower human editors to help them work more efficiently and creatively. I love that it's like giving editors superpowers.
And it's about highlighting the human element, the artistry, the vision that goes into every video.
Because at the end of the day, video editing is about storytelling. It's about connecting with an audience.
And those are things that AI can't do on its own.
At least not yet.
So it's about finding that balance between the power of AI and the irreplaceable skills of human editors.
I think that's a really powerful message, and it's something that clients should be receptive to.
I think so too, because ultimately clients want a video that tells their story in a compelling and unique way.
And that's where companies like MA Media Hub can really shine.
They can offer that blend of AI efficiency and human creativity.
Which is something that AI alone can't provide.
These are all great strategies, but even with the best plan, there are still challenges.
Oh, definitely. AI is a rapidly evolving field.
So companies need to be prepared to adapt.
What are some of the ongoing challenges that MA Media Hub might face?
Well, one of the biggest is staying up to date with the latest AI tools and technologies.
Because the technology is constantly changing.
It is new tools are being developed all the time.
So MA Media Hub will need to invest in training and development for their team.
So they can learn how to use these new tools effectively.
And that can be a significant expense.
Especially for a smaller company.
And then there's the challenge of managing client expectations.
Right, because as AI becomes more common, clients might start to think that video editing should be cheaper and faster.
Because they might assume that the AI is doing all work.
Exactly, but that's not always the case.
So MA Media Hub will need to educate their clients about the value they bring.
The human expertise that goes into their work.
And the difference between AI-assisted editing and fully automated solutions.
And then, of course, there are the ethical considerations.
Yeah, we touched on those earlier.
It's important for companies like MA Media Hub to establish clear ethical guidelines for how they use AI.
And to be transparent with their clients about how AI is being used in the editing process.
So clients understand what's happening, and they can feel confident that their videos are being created ethically.
And it's also about being vigilant about the potential for misuse.
Like the spread of misinformation through deepfakes.
Or the creation of content that's biased or discriminatory.
It's about using AI responsibly and ethically.
It's about using this powerful technology to enhance creativity, not to deceive or manipulate.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that about wraps it up for our deep dive into the world of AI and video editing.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has, and I hope it's given you, our listener, a better understanding of how AI is transforming this creative field.
We've covered a lot of ground, the capabilities of AI, the challenges, the strategies for success.
And the ethical considerations that we all need to be aware of.
We encourage you to keep exploring this topic.
And to think critically about how AI can be used to enhance creativity and storytelling.
Because the future of video editing is full of exciting possibilities.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to create the next viral video masterpiece.
Using the power of AI and your own unique creative vision.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep those cameras rolling.